Well, hello everybody, it's MLA Jason Nixon here, the MLA for Rimbey, Rocky Mountain House Sundry, and the United Conservative Party House Leader. Just wanted to talk to you real quick today about the first campaign announcement made by the United Conservative Party today on the first day of a potential election period. February 1st, of course, is the moment that the Premier, according to the law, can call an election at any moment. Unfortunately, she did not today. Some of you may have noticed last night, Premier Notley and the NDP were holding campaign rallies. In fact, even their NDP MLAs on Twitter talked about how this was a campaign launch. The problem, though, is that they still have not called the election, and they're traveling around on your dime, taxpayer dime, having campaign-style events using your money. One of the things that the NDP talked about during their time in office was an effort to remove a big money out of politics, and we actually supported them on corporate union donations being removed from the process. But during that time, we also tried to move what is really the biggest money in politics, and that is the government's ability to be able to use your dollars for their campaign purposes. Some of you may remember at the beginning of the NDP mandate, they actually tried to pass laws that would have you pay for their individual MLA campaign expenses. We were able to get that stopped as the official opposition, thankfully. But some of the other stuff that we tried to stop the NDP from doing is exactly what we see happening, and that is during a campaign period where obviously the NDP are campaigning for re-election on your dime, making that illegal. So today, Jason Kenney and the United Conservative Party announced that a future UCP government would make that, in fact, illegal in the future. Would empower, first of all, the Auditor General to be able to stop partisan advertisement during campaign periods, to stop the government from being able to use the public purse for partisan purposes, but also would extend the blackout period of non-essential government announcements to basically start when the Election Act requires the public advertisement rules that would apply to every other political party, but also to third-party advertisers and those type of people, which is December 1st of the year before the election is scheduled to be called. And so United Conservative Party would extend that blackout period for the government in the future, not to be able to do what we see Rachel Notley and the NDP doing. And the third part of that announcement was that the United Conservative Party made it very, very clear today, putting contractors and people on notice that even if the government commits to certain things now that they are in the election period, that does not mean that the United Conservative Party would be okay with that, and we would take action and review every commitment that the NDP make in the coming days as a result of it taking place during an election period, and take action to protect taxpayers with the United Conservative government if we are fortunate enough to form government in the coming months. I think this is great. It's a great announcement. It's an exciting way to start the campaign, making it clear that we will be fighting for Albertans and changing the laws that governments cannot abuse the people of our communities anymore in the future, and some of the things that we have seen, unfortunately, this NDP government do, and taking strong action to make sure that the people of Alberta's money is not being used for political purposes, which is disappointing. With that said, the NDP government should listen to the people of Alberta. They don't want their money used like that. They should stop traveling around the province. If the Premier wants to have a campaign, call an election. Let's have a campaign. Let's let the people of Alberta make a decision. But stop traveling around the province using their money, our money, Albertans' money, for campaign purposes, and instead call an election, and let's let the people of Alberta, the boss, decide what's going to happen for the future of our province. It's time for an election. So, hopefully the NDP call it soon. They're now able to, under the law, as of today, be able to call that election at any moment. At this point, it still appears that they're going to continue to try to use your resources and your taxpayer dollars for political purposes. But at some point soon, they're going to have to call that election, and I hope that Albertans send them a clear message about their disappointment in the way that the Premier has handled herself so far when it comes to using taxpayer dollars inside politics.